Hello YouTube, welcome back to Bisons Aquarium. I'm Bob, and I just wanted to go over the progress that I've been having on the hexagon tank. As you know, I camouflaged it and trimmed the light and put a lid on it. And I'm going to show you what I did. Right there's what we did. Did this right here. Now the only thing I got to do to it is open it, dry it off, and put some silicone just over top of each one of these just to keep water from hitting them screws. And a little bit of silicone here. We're not going to be taking it off, so we're going to seal that so that no water can hit that metal. And other than that, I took a piece of this trim. Now what I did, this here used to be over here. If you remember, if you go back to my videos, and my light was like this here. Well, I kind of wanted it to be straight across like this to be in line with Jake's tank. So I decided to flip it. And all I did was just took this this stuff off and just flipped it and had to turn it a few times. This thing's a little complicated to actually put on there for as simple as it is. But anyway, I just took a piece of thin, had to cut another one of these. This one here's the one that was on it. I just figured I'd use it as a rubber pad, and then, you know, over time as it warms up and weight pushes down on it all the time, it's going to flatten down, and it's just sitting there. Now this, however, is just sitting there, but I've got it sandwiched between this or the glass and this handle with a plastic washer. And the only reason I did the plastic washer, I was going to put rubber washers on the bottom side here, but they were too thick. I actually cut my screws a little too short. Yeah, I know, I'm going to hear about that one from somebody. I know what he's going to say, and he knows who I'm speaking to. Measure 3 times and cut once, or in my case, measure once and cut 3 times. Anyway, but it worked out perfect. This is a perfect example, as I could take one of my mistakes and make it look like I meant to do it, because these washers is because they are half the thickness of the rubber washer I was going to put on the bottom. And this is what it looked like. Well, it was too thick because I cut my screws too short, so I took them out and made it look a little better too, and then I just put half the thickness in it, so it split the difference. So, you know, I had enough to reach. I just only had like a half a thread, so I had to compensate by taking the thick one out and putting the thin one in. And I had these washers I had cut for something else. I was going to make some filters, and I thought, well, you know what, that would look pretty decent under there, plus it would span the clamp down on this part. Instead of just clamping in this area, I've expanded the clamping area on out to spread across more of this stuff, just to keep it held down nice and tight. But, you know, I didn't want to use glue because I didn't want the fumes going down in my water. So, you know, this is vinyl. As it warms up, it'll lay down and then it'll form itself. That way it's a pad. And if somebody wanted to use just the glass, they could. You know, I wouldn't know why, because that would blind the shit out of you. But let's turn the light off, and I want you to see how that looks right there. that light shines right through there, and that looks pretty cool. So it even looks good at night. That's a sharp looking tank, and I really didn't think it was going to be like that. And then I just took and decorated these. I just laid a bunch of stuff there, just the scraps that came off of it, and just kind of rearranged it to make it look like patchwork. And yes, that'll settle down too and form itself to the top of that. If it don't, oh well. I'll find something else that will. But I think that looks pretty good. It looks like tile work. But there you have Bisons aquarium trimming using the camouflage duct tape. Anybody wants a custom fish tank done for themselves, send me your tank and I will do it for you. For a fee. That's right, a fee. Anyway, Jake's tank, I'm going to turn it on and show you what we did for Jake's tank. Wake up, Jake, I'm disturbing you. I took all the rocks out, so now there's nothing back in there. I've got a lily, water lily growing, and it's right about 3 inches below the water, and it's got another run coming off of it, and everything else here is fake. And he keeps pulling that up out of the, I had that right over there, and he keeps pulling that up out of there, and I just haven't felt like reaching down in there and getting my hands wet yet. I'm thinking about taking that and put it over here and see if Jake likes it better and leave it alone. That way I can see it from this side and from this side. And leave it at that. Because this one here kind of hangs down, so it kind of looks like it blends in with that. He's not going to leave it alone. He keeps pulling it up out of there, so I'm going to have to do something. Either that or I'm going to have to whoop Jake's ass. Let's turn this one on too. We put us a piece of driftwood in there. Yes, it's cedar. And it flakes a bit, but I don't care. It makes it look realistic when it flakes and lands down on the gravel. As soon as you gravel back, it's going to come up out of there anyway. So it's wood. It ain't going to hurt anything. Also, again, I have 2 water lilies growing in here. We got 3 coming out of that one. There's Blue. Hey, Blue. And then we got one there that don't look like it's doing all that great. That one's been in there for 5 days now. And it was like that when I put it in there. But anyway, I'm making this a long video. I apologize, it wasn't supposed to be a tour, but just a kind of an update on Bison's aquarium. Oh, look there. We get to see the Placo, and he blends right in, man. He's always hiding. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed looking at that. It's a pleasure to have been able to do it, because it's a lot of fun trimming one of those like that. And then you get to look at it and say, man, I done that. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Y'all have a good one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Later, guys. Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back to Bisons. Bison. Let's try that again.